Hello everyone, hello viewers, this is episode 77 of my Let's Play War in the East. I am playing the Soviets and this is the Grand Campaign. And yesterday I did a small video just to see if I could start recording back in 1080 and it did work. And I am going to do a full video, a full episode today, and I hope everything works and it is back to what it's supposed to be. So this will be the test run of a full episode. I will say that we are at July 23rd, 1942, turn 58. I hope you can see my cursor. I think most people would rather have the cursor. I don't know what happened, but when I was looking at my settings, I realized that the show cursor was unselected, so I selected that and brought the cursor back. Because if I'm pointing at this stack, you want to be able to know that I'm pointing at this stack. Even though if you concentrate and pay attention really close, you'll probably know that this is a stack that I'm focused on, but even so, I mean, I could have this stack selected and be looking down at this one. You never know. So I want to have the cursor on at all times, and I want to be recording at 1080p or whatever it's called at all times. And can I do? Well, I don't have any admin points, and it's really just about time to let the AI take a shot, because I pretty much used up all my movements. I've done that. I've got that going. I wonder if I should move him up. Well, too late, because I just did. But I can't really get anybody else in there, can I? But I can get some people here. Maybe I'll move him back. Let's do that. This guy is really exposed. They could stack some stacks M4 hexes around him and attack him. I hope they don't do that. They'll probably focus on this guy more, seeing as he's kind of out here on his own and actually could be completely surrounded if they have the guys to do it, if they have the units to do it. Further down, we've discussed this. I still think they might be in a little bit of trouble just because of the way supply is done. I don't know for a fact that they're in trouble, but hopefully this hex and this hex means they are in some trouble and that their supply will be reduced. I guarantee you, if it was me and that was what was going on, I guarantee you I wouldn't have any supply. But who knows, maybe they will. And then we have down here a much smaller breakthrough. It's stronger in the sense that they have a good little bulge force here that's strong on all hexes, and it's much more cohesive. And then they have these units out here cut off, but I don't know if they'll be able to break through and save them, or these guys coming back can get somehow through here, or this guy somehow can get back as well. I don't know if he can do it. He sure does have a lot of movement points. So if that's movement points, I don't know if that's movement points for him, but it's movement points on my units. I would think that would be their their movement points as well. And this one of the units, at least in this deck, has 24 movement points. So that's pretty much what we're looking at. The front to the south into the kind of the mid portion here, or the southern part of the middle portion, is kind of fluid. It's very fluid. A lot of things going on. I'm hoping I can take advantage of it, but I'm not completely convinced that I will be able to take advantage of it. But I do want to put him down here. Let's make sure that, let's add him to the 4th Airborne Corps. Let's take a look at the 4th Airborne Corps. And the 4th Airborne Corps is within its command point limits, which is good. And I guess it's sitting right. Oh, it's right there. I don't like him being alone. I want him on top of a combat unit. So, are we ready for a turn from the AI? I think we are. And I noticed that I have one of these units up here is out of range of its command, but I don't worry about that later. I'm kind of to the point where until I get this completely wiped out or pushed back, and this completely pushed back, I'm not going to worry as much about units being in the command point range or the command limit of its headquarters, just because it's almost too impossible. If there's a HQ over here and there's a unit over here, they're going to be out of the command point range. And even if I have an HQ here or here, it's these units and these units will be out of range of the headquarters. So what are you going to do? Until you fix this, you can't really worry too much about units being in their command point range or the command range of their headquarters. I don't know why I keep calling it command point range. It's just habit on calling command points. I noticed a few people yesterday watched my video where I was explaining how to build armies, corps, and divisions in the AJOG games, and especially Civil War II. I wasn't happy with the narration I did on that. It seemed a little weak, and I don't know if it was because I'm so used to doing War in the East that I was just very hesitant on what I was talking about, but I think I made some good points, and I hope it helped Agrippa with his playthrough on Civil War II, because I think he was having a few issues, and it's not a criticism of Agrippa. That system, just about everybody has a problem with or an issue with it before they learn it completely, because it is very difficult to grasp just by trying to figure it out on your own. I literally had to watch or look at AARs or videos to figure it out completely. And I still probably am not completely fixed with it or completely comfortable with doing it, but I am to the point where I can usually erase command point penalties for my formations in the AJOG games. And that really is one of the biggest points of those games. You will not win if you play an AJOG game. You will not win against the AI or against a human opponent if the other side knows what it's doing on building armies. Now, I will say that the AI isn't as efficient as some people. Sometimes the AI builds what they call doom stacks, and what that is they take just a bunch of units and put them all in one big stack, and it does have a 35% penalty, but there's so many units in it, it almost doesn't matter, because once you get to the hard limit of 35%, then everything after that, you're just adding more command power or more power to the army. Even if it is at 65% for each unit, you're still building up a huge power. And so I've seen stacks that were 6 or 7 thousand power, which is tremendously huge in an AJOG game. Usually you'll see at most 2 or 3 thousand, and especially like in an army, the army that I built for the video yesterday, the army unit, the army where they had the commanding general with General Grant, that had 565 power, and it's kind of used as a support unit for the Corps. The Corps or Corps usually start the fight, and they're usually the main body of the army fighting the fight, and then the army part, the part that's attached with the general, the commanding general, is kind of comes in as a support and helps out and does other things, and it doesn't immediately start attacking as soon as it's in a region where a battle is going to occur. That's why they tell people not to build up the part where the commanding general of the army is. You want some there so he doesn't just get wiped out completely, but you don't want to put all your best units in that formation, because it doesn't jump in on the first round of the battle. Anyway, I digress. We're playing War and East. We're not playing AJOD. I really would like to get back to AJOD at some point. There's so many games to do and so many things to do with AJOD games. It's almost impossible to do them all. I'd love to do a Civil War II again as the Confederate side, because it's a much more interesting side to play in the Civil War, in the sense that the odds are stacked against you. If you're playing the Union against the AI, you can just at some point basically just overwhelm them with more and more units and more power, and completely run them out of the game, if you know what you're doing, which I'm not completely comfortable with knowing what I'm doing in those games. But I did win my Let's Play. I did win, but it was because I took Richmond, and the AI, of all things, the AI did not move the capital, which is something it could have done. It could have moved the capital to Atlanta, and then it wouldn't have lost the game. But it didn't do that, and it lost the game. That might be something that the developers need to take a look at, because I would think that would be something very important to do, is move the capital if your capital is being besieged by a much more powerful force than the forces you have around that are trying to break the siege. It is what it is. Alright, I've talked for 13 minutes. I want to execute or process a turn, and here we go. Keep our fingers crossed. I wish I hadn't talked so much, because this AR turn is probably going to be longer than 17 minutes. Although I could be wrong. I see we're up to 164 subscribers. We had 165, and somebody must have unsubscribed. That's all right. It's not everybody's cup of tea to watch, 100 and something episodes of War in the East, and that's their prerogative. I don't. When I subscribe to somebody, I usually don't unsubscribe unless they've really gotten to the point where they pissed me off about something. But because it doesn't hurt to be subscribed, you just don't have to look at every single video that they have. I'm retreating on every battle. That's not good. I only got 3,000 men in that unit. Damn. Well, at least now he's across a river. I don't think that'll stop them, but... that's a hold. Good deal. See? They haven't really done that much there. They made 3 or 4 stacks retreat or route, but they really didn't move very far. I don't think they're going to be able to do too much before the winter hits, or at least the bad weather, the mud, the rain, whatever. I think once the rain hits, they're going to be completely stopped dead in their tracks. And I hate it when the cursor's in the middle of the screen. I didn't select the setting for the cursor to be seen so it could be sitting in the middle of the screen while I'm letting the AI run their turn. That's just another pet peeve of mine. When people do that on their videos, it's I know it's almost childish, but it just bugs me when the you have a cursor sitting right in the middle of the screen. I just constantly look at that cursor. I don't look at anything else, especially if it's. I like watching some of the racing videos that people put on YouTube from iRacing, and they'll have that cursor in the middle. I'm like, how does that not make you wreck? That would make me wreck. I would be sitting there looking at that cursor and end up running into the back of somebody. So here we go. A lot of interdiction. There's the Cherkasy bulge. See, they don't have any units over here. This guy's still sitting here at Batakaya, or whatever it's called. And as soon as I say that, they'll probably, the next minute, they'll have him surrounded and they're routing him. I could be wrong, though. I don't remember routing that unit. Oh, maybe that was the 8th Panzer Division. Somebody told me I could change the colors for probably the nations, and I probably could with a mod. I don't know if I can do it just with the computer, just with the game, but I probably could do it with a mod. But at this point, I probably won't. I'm getting pretty good at figuring out which ones are mine or which ones aren't. Mine are the ones going backwards. No. Just kidding about that. But see, that looks... I gotta do something about that. Is that the one that I almost have out of supply? I hope it is. Because if I don't have them out of supply, I'm going to be in trouble. Got that cursor in the middle of the screen again. Actually, I was kind of hoping I'd run this AI turn fairly early in this episode so I would have time to do a few attacks if I still have some of their units pocketed or cut off from supply. And I may still do that because if I do have some of their units pocketed, I really want to take a shot at them and see if I can't get them to surrender. So this may be a fairly long video. But when I say long, I'm talking maybe 40 minutes. Since that one turn, since I felt like things were really falling apart. Things have been going a lot better. And I don't know why or how, but it seems like things are going a whole lot better. Famous last words. I probably just jinxed myself. But how are they getting supply in there? Or are they? I just got the feeling that there's no way they can be getting supply. If I'm controlling one of these hexes and I've got a stack of units on this hex, how are they getting supply? I mean, or, good supply anyway. Full supply. I just don't see how that's possible. I was hoping that was the end of their turn, but it's not. They're going more. There's more things going on. I'm almost to the point I'm hoping that those two strong bulges are the last hurrah of the German army. I kind of doubt it, but if they are literally stealing units almost from the other parts of the line to make that bulge very strong, then that could be their last hurrah. Because look at this. Look at all this empty space. Surely there are units there somewhere. I mean, look at... Well... Damn. That's that unit that I said was kind of exposed. Or this one is. See, they did get some units over here. Damn. It's alright. That was a strong stack. I've got some strong stacks surrounding them. No, sir. You will not pass. You shall not pass. I'd love to just be able to just get in here in this area back behind their lines and just drive all the way to the mountains. I would so love to be able to do that. That's when it gets fun, is when you break out and you're going and they're trying to stop you and they can't stop you. And you're just steamrolling them. See, that unit is still at Batchakaya or Batakaya or whatever it's called. I just Yep, their turn is over. So I still have about 6 minutes, 5 minutes to do a few attacks. That wasn't a bad turn. Again, that wasn't a bad turn. I get the feeling that they don't have enough to do more attacks. So let's just see. How does he have... How do they have supply? Brigade, brigade, brigade. I just don't see how these guys have any supply. How could you have supply there? I mean, the rail damage, off-rail range is 12. They're 12 hexes from a railhead that would give them supply. 12 hexes. That's a lot. Ah, damn you. What? Bunch of threes. Wow. Oh, it's because that guy was there. Shit. And he's strong too. Oh, come on. All right. Trying to get more units, as many units as I can in this attack. Damn. He's completely surrounded. And we're sitting at 31 minutes. Oh well. Man. Let's go up here and take a look up here what's going on. So they're trying to move some units in here now. I don't know why that's so weak. All right. So what we see is they've pushed this further, but this guy is not only off rail MP 33, off rail range 12, he's across a freaking river. And I mean, that you cannot be getting very good supply there. It just doesn't seem like it's possible. But, you know, these two units look like they're in trouble. But there's not much I can do for them. But I don't want to do that, because he'd be a sitting duck if I did that. What about down here? Did I already do this down here? I think I did. And I wasn't able to get him to... And I surrounded this one. Okay. This whole bulge, though, is still fairly strong because they haven't really broken out yet or even tried. But look at this. This is what I was talking about during the turn. That looks completely wide open. It's almost as if they've pulled their units back because they know that they're in really poor shape in other areas. Well, that guy's 3,000 men. It held, although I don't know how. They've got a lot of weak units down here. Yes. All right, folks. I think I'm going to call this episode to a close. And I hope you are enjoying yourselves because I am enjoying myself. And I think we are in much better shape than we were about 3 turns ago. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.